Eager fire, yes,
It's just a pack on the
So lovely. That's your casual look to go for. You see that? So that's how you can make beautiful things like this. You can see me rocking it with just simple, eh? Rocking it, taking it simple and cool. So guys, that's what you can make for yourself, eh? Make these beautiful things look gorgeous for yourself. So lovely. Make these beautiful things look good and gorgeous, and nobody will know how much you spent to just sew a pair of one-piece pants. Hello lovelies, hello my wonderful people. You're welcome back to our channel today. Today on the table here, I want to show you how you can make your one-piece trouser pattern super easy. So my lovelies, without wasting much of your time, I want to thank you guys for your massive love and support, for always coming back to my channel, for always coming back to support me. I really appreciate you, and I love you guys. Thank you once again. So here on my table, as you can see, I've laid down what I need. We are going to be making one-piece trouser pattern. This one-piece trouser pattern depends on you. It's worn like a leggings. It's going to be having an elastic band at the waist. Brought out my trouser pattern. Why I brought it out, I'm going to quickly copy it out in this on another pattern paper, because what we are going to be doing, we have fit my trouser pattern, so I'll copy it out and save my original pattern. And what we'll be needing for this tutorial, you will need your pan curve if you have it. If you don't have it, you may do with any curve of your choice. You need your short ruler, you will need a longer ruler, your pattern master, you need some pins, some tape to hold your pattern piece in place, 2 colors of marker, maybe a biro, our tape of course, and our paper scissors to cut out our pattern, and of course our measurement. The measurement is not much, so let me take all these things off the table and copy out my pattern. So lovelies, I'm done with my pattern. I brought in this one. This is off-white, but I just hope that with this you can be able to see what I'm going to show you on the table right now. So first thing first, you copy out your pattern. This pattern paper, as you can see, it has no seam allowance. The only seam allowance I added is here at this down part for the hemming allowance. If you want it to be very tight on you, please reduce 1 inch, deduct 1 inch from each of the measurement that we are going to be using to make this particular pattern right now. And for this, you don't need much measurement. You are going to be needing proceed very fast to the drafting of our one-piece trouser block. This is my pattern paper on the table. So first thing first is to draw a vertical line down to indicate our midpoint, indicate the midpoint, so you can start working from that midpoint with this paper. You draw a vertical line down and you draw another horizontal line up here, leaving some allowance because we are going to be using elastic casing at the waist. Elastic, it depends on how many inches elastic you're using. Depending on how many inches elastic you're using, that's the allowance you're going to be adding at this upper part. You can add 2 inches, 2.5 inches. It all depends on you. So let me draw the lines and we move over to the next stage. Front pattern, and this is the back trouser pattern. So I'm going to be closing this dart right now. That's first thing to do. So lovelies, you place your pattern like this, crochet to crochet, hip to hip, facing each other at this vertical line, this midpoint, this midline. That is the most important thing. This is the most important step to do, like you see me do. And make sure that your pattern is starting from this line here that we drew. This other part can extend the line, is not a problem. This part can extend the line, is not a problem. But make sure that this hip area, this side of your pant starts here from this line that we drew. And you make sure you match your hip to hip and your crochet to crochet like you see me do. Make sure that the tie line, if you have tie, if you indicated tie on your pant is facing each other, that your knee is also at the same point, so to say. Then you arrange properly well and pin. You arrange properly well and tape down your pattern. So let me do that, then we'll move over to the next stage. You close your dart, close your dart, close your dart, both front and the back. Place your pattern like I did and tape your pattern down. Okay, so lovelies, I'm done taping down the pattern. You can see that you mash them up, and the next thing that I'll do now is to rule a line across, matching the knee and also matching the hemline of our pattern. So lovelies, you take your ruler, match the lines just so you are sure that everything is in place. And you also do the same thing to the down part. So you do the same thing at the hem, do the same thing at the hem. So that you measure that ankle measurement properly well. I'll put the measurement so you see how to do it properly well, so that it won't be too tight on you. So, having said that, the next thing now to do is to put down our measurement. Like I said, the measurement that we need here. Having said that, the next thing to do now is to put down our measurement. And the measurement that we need here is our knee measurement. Don't worry about the waist, because we are going to be putting our elastic. You can see, because of the shape of the body, our body is not straight. So because of the shape of the waist, we have allowance here. You can see this allowance here. So you can see the allowance added. I will go over to this front area here. I will take off for 3/4 of an inch. Let me do that. Just to, we are going to be adding elastic casing, it's not a problem, but we are taking off a little bit. You take it off and connect it to this. You connect it down here to the hip. You connect it down to the hip line, not to the cross line, please. Just to the hip line. Watch what I'm doing. So we are going to be cutting off the whole of this while cutting on our pattern. That is the first thing to do. Let me take that down. So while this will be adding up to our pattern, so it's elastic, it's not a problem, don't worry about that too much. So the next thing that we are going to do now is to put down our knee measurement. The knee measurement I'm working with is 17. When you divide 17 by 2 in half, you'll be having 8.5. So I zoom my camera again so that you'll be seeing what I'm doing properly well. So how do you put down your measurement, the 8.5? This is how you put it down. From this center line, this line here, this vertical line that we drew, let me indicate it properly well, there and here. That's where you're going to be placing your tape in putting down your measurement. So you take your tape, place it here and mark your 8.5. I'm using a black marker to alter it because we already have another color of marker here. 8.5. 17 divided in half, 8.5. Do the same thing to the front part of our one-piece trouser block or our trouser block. You put down your 8.5 from this center line, 8.5. You move down to the hem. The measurement I'm using for the hem is 13. when you divide 13 in half, you will be having 6.5. So this 6.5, for the front trouser block, I'm going to reduce half an inch, and I'm going to put down just 6 inches at this front part of our trouser pattern. And for the back, I'm going to be adding half an inch to my 6.5, making 7 inches. So let me repeat myself again. The ankle measurement here at the down part, this is the most important part of this tutorial, so to say. So at this down part here, this is the front side, this is the front part, and this is the back part. This ankle measurement here, I have 13 inches. Please, you measure yours. You look at how to measure. I'll put how to measure. You measure yours. Yours may not be 13. So this 13, when you divide in half, you'll be having 6.5 on both sides. But at this down part, I'm not going to be dividing it equally. I'm going to be reducing half an inch from the front measurement, which means 6.5 minus half an inch, will be having 6 inches. And for this back part of the block, I'm going to be adding additional half an inch, making 7 inches. 6.5 plus half an inch, making 7 inches. So just like we did for the front, just like we did here at the knee area, from this midpoint, this is the back part, I will measure my 7 inches. And note all the points. This is the point where we got our 8.5 at the knee area, and this is the point of our 7 inches for the back part of the block. And for the front now, I'm going to be putting down 6 inches. You remember 6.5, I'm reducing half an inch, so making 6 inches. So you put down your 6 inches. So this is my 6 inches mark and the 8.5 inches mark at the knee area. Now back to the upper part here. At this upper part, you indicate your waistline. Now, before we add our elastic casing,